Hey everyone, it's Casey Cadaver here with the Roxy Horror Casey Show, bringing you the number 13 of 31 on 31 Halloween Nights movie series zombie edition. Can't even say that one time fast or slow. Tonight's movie is Army of the Dead. I believe it was a Netflix original. Um, John Batista is in it, and I'm pretty sure the chick that went on to be in the Fallout series is in it. Um, I just finished it, and I have to say I was avoiding this movie because a lot of these big showy zombie movies are usually pretty trash or forced or just kind of pandering or cash grab. This was a lot more emotional than I thought it would be. They took it a lot more seriously than I thought it would be, and all the reviews I saw were basically just saying it's an entertaining, violent, gory romp. Um, which it was, but it also had a lot of drama, um, a lot of betrayal, uh, and some fun zombie drama too. It kicks off with the ground one, patient zero, monster Hulk zombie that's being transported by the army, and they're like, "Oh, we have this payload, and we don't know what it is, but we're not paid to know what it is." On a long desert road outside of Vegas, and then that ends up colliding with another car because the other car is filled with people, a couple who's getting some roadhead. It's amazing how many movies and disaster movies start off with roadhead. Like that's just the evilest thing that can happen, or the only thing that can distract you while driving. Which I don't care how good the roadhead is. There's no way if you're in the middle of an absolute desolate road in the middle of the desert, you're not gonna notice seven army cars, Hummers, Hummers all around, Hummers coming at you with their brights on in the evening, middle of the night. Not gonna happen. Um, not to say like that's where the suspensions of disbelief ends, but that to me that's the most unrealistic thing about this movie. Um, they crash, and then this hulking zombie comes out who just beats on the soldiers instead of like eating them. He bites one, and just like it's real bad CGI. The dude looks like a early 2000s uh PlayStation 2 monster, maybe in a cutscene as he moves through those soldiers. And then he takes out the other two and then starts a montage as they take out all of Vegas, which definitely felt very Dawn of the Dead, as they did use another Richard Cheese song to this like lounge style um, rendition of a fun Vegas esque song or a song about Vegas. Um, so it was a fun montage, bloody, and it's always great to see in a zombie film a whole city just taken out and how gruesome those first few hours and days can be. But it seems to take place years after that when you start actually getting into our characters and the rest of the movie. Sorry, so exhausted. And then you They did a fascinating thing, which I thought was cool. They kind of pulled like a Batman moment where they're like, okay, you already know what happens. Everybody has a sad backstory, and it's just showing our characters, military or otherwise, capable zombie killers, killing zombies, doing missions, and then they just hold up a picture of the family, I guess, of the ones they lost. Like, that's kind of cool. Instead of going through the whole sob story of each person or them being like, yeah, I lost people too. It's nice, just like, yep, everybody lost people. They all have families. They have people to lose. That just, we don't need to be have sympathy shoved down our throat. It's just like, yeah, well, these are also people. Um, so that was great. I actually kind of like that little new take. And then they get handed a job worth of fulfilling $1 million if they go and pull off this heist at one of the casinos. And they need to gather a fun crew, and they do. Um, and then the thing that bothers me the most, like the daughter of Batista and their distant, estranged. She finds out that there's a missing woman from their camp who has 2 kids. And she's like, I'm going with you. He's like, no. She's like, yeah, although I go with you, I'll sneak in, I'll die anyway. She left 2 kids behind. It's like, dude, we have been in the zombie apocalypse for fucking years. Yeah. And she went with like some mercenary military get the job done crew over the wall, and she didn't come back. That's goddamn life. That's not going to be the last time that's happened. It's not the first time it's happened. And that's not like the coldest bastard in the world, but your dad's about to go on a very dangerous mission, calculated mission, and you're just throwing yourself into the mix just to be a burden to get everybody killed. Absolutely not. Like, nope, just nope. Just putting a stop to that. Absolutely not. Oh, and then there's the problem with the plan. Then you see them like get together and talk about the plan. And the plan is for them to go into the area, finish off whatever zombies they need to, get into the building. One team goes and starts a generator. The other team goes and cracks a safe, and then another person, the pilot, goes up and tries to gas up and get the helicopter ready to leave. A helicopter that has been left up there since the beginning of all this. So God only knows what conditions it's in. We later find out it's not in great condition. And the plan is to then take all these hundreds of millions of dollars out of the safe, as much as they can carry, bring it all the way up the building, load the helicopter, and fly off into the sunset. Nobody, not even the pilot, questioned about the weight of the money and how everybody's going to get onto the helicopter after they load the money. And there's a good team of like 6 or 7 of them, or 7 or 8 of them. No one questioned that, which we later find out they're not really supposed to make it back, or not everybody's supposed to. Um, so that's why I guess they didn't bring it up. Spoiler alert. So they get out there, and I guess one person dipped out of the crew, so they grab this one other security guard who's a complete creeper. There's always one person in the zombie apocalypse who's just apparently just an absolute asshole. Um, just to be fodder later, you to cheer on to get torn apart by zombies for some reason. And so they get just over the wall, and very satisfactory scene. The head hardcore girl um, seduces the asshole dude, takes his gun, shoots him in the leg, and uses him as an offering to the zombie horde that is intelligent and organized and has a community. And is the Army of the Dead. There's the head one with the crown. We'll call her Crown Zombie. And then there's the original zombie. We'll call him Bruce. And they have their own little like king queen idea. So they offer up this dude, hog tie him, shoot him, to the zombies. Like, here, let's have free pass. We gave you a person. And allegedly, this person is to be made and bit by the original zombie to become a faster and one of those thinking zombies. So they take him away. I'm like, all right, well, that's actually pretty cool. They sacrifice the asshole. Great. And they start making their way through. And that's fine by me. Oh, one weird thing about this is I guess it wasn't really explicitly said, but I guess we're supposed to believe that the tiger zombie that comes out, it's the first one you see. First zombie you see is the zombie tiger, zombified tiger. Comes out, and apparently he patrols the gate. And while he's just sitting there on top of a car and everybody's armed, has no one's fired a bullet yet, everybody's armed to the teeth, no one just takes this thing out. And the only thing I can think of is the fact that because it belongs to the Army of the Dead, and that would be problematic if they take out their prized zombified tiger. And I only think that because later on you see them riding zombified horses. So I'm guessing it's supposed to be their patrol. But just weird. I think that'd be like, I'd want that threat pretty much fucking eliminated. Um Fucking hell. Then they get in, crack the safe, ready to go. Oh, and the whole movie's on a timeline because they're gonna bomb the entire city. And they're trying to get in there and get the money, get out. Turns out the army guy, the dude who's hired specifically by the big baddie to go, the big bad dude, or the one who hired everybody, sends one of his guys to as a liaison or guide. Yeah, big surprise. He turns on everybody. Oh my god, yeah, he turns on everybody. There's one girl who's like, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. And he goes, well, you should trust me. Can't trust him. They're going through a part where all the zombies are like in a dark room, and they're trying to crawl through them without alerting them and staying quiet. So they're dropping glow sticks to mark a safe path. And this dude, this sergeant guy, he decides he's going to take his revenge out on this woman now because she's walking behind him because she doesn't trust him to watch her back. So he drops he kicks or moves a glow stick into another path away from where everybody else is going. So of course she goes into this more narrow path and alerts the horde essentially. And of course they all wake up, and now everybody's in a problem, and everybody's in jeopardy, and the whole place is blowing up, and it's all terrible. It's like, and close corridors, and there's a shit ton of them, and it's dark. It's like, dude, of all the times to petty take somebody out, you knew for a fucking fact that wasn't going to be a quiet takedown they can get away with. Like, this bitch fought hard and lasted a long time. Crashing through windows, taking out zombies, knife, gun. Yeah. I mean, very fun scene to watch. Like, I love good zombie fights. and this girl was like pushing them into another, pinning one down, shooting another, stabbing one in the head, like entertaining, good fight scene. And then she bursts out of the window and she's like, "Oh, you motherfucker!" And she's still fighting. Gun twist out like John Wick of zombie fighters, freaking great. But then eventually gets bit, and then she ends up having gasoline in her back. Her friend shoots the gasoline, big explosion. Love to see it, but you think her last words would be to what, to like this influencer guy who's taking pictures and being all obnoxious. You think your last word would have been like, "Go." Would have been, "Hey, don't trust the fucker. He killed me, basically. Go handle that." Um, and then later on, he betrays blonde hair. I know how to handle zombies. Sacrifice making one. Um, because he goes up and they were supposed to bargain, or he was supposed to get a vial of the queen zombie's blood, but he ends up cutting her head off because they always take it a step too far. They always make it a problem when there doesn't need to be, because like, this is gonna make me so much more money if I bring back the head. And of course at that point you can kind of guess like that's what the real mission was, because as he says that something about their breed of zombies, he can bring it back, they're going to use the blood to replicate it and have their own army of the dead. So he takes her whole head back that's like alive to do so, which of course the main zombie comes by, finds, not happy about it, lost his little zombie bride. Then you see him take the body back, open it up, and there's like a little like shiny fetus that loses its spark, because there's a blue spark in these original zombies, and so he's real mad. So of course the dude, by betraying this one woman and then everybody not knowing the real plan, if everybody knew the real plan, they could have probably done it all, helped this guy, gone there, grab. They didn't even know this woman exists. They didn't even know this is how the other side of the wall existed, right? But they got to the point, they got the head. They could have walked out, or they could have had a better time walking out if the whole team was there and not waste their time with a safe cracker and several other people that were there just to make it happen. They could have just brought the pilot, their main crew, go up there, get the girl's head, and fucked off. If everybody knew the plan, since everybody didn't know the plan, now it's all hush hush and weird, and there's a betrayal. Of course, there's going to be repercussions, retaliation that nobody's prepared for. Um, absurd. Um, and that's always the downfall, the lack of communication. So the zombies come in, and safe crack guy and other badass guy have like a kindred ship, which was fun to watch. They had a good time going through like the booby traps leading up to the safe, figuring that shit out. Good scenes. As all the zombies are coming, the safe cracker guy was told he wouldn't be a hero, he wouldn't be a zombie killer, he's not cut out for this world. Ends up, that was a break for your people, you don't want a spoiler. Ends up pushing badass guy into the safe and closing it, so they safe from the zombies. Which you later find out it actually saved him from a nuclear bomb underground in a safe. And also, the zombie fate's worse than being stuck in a safe, because there's either vacuum that comes in to preserve the money, so you get that, or you're just stuck in the dark, slowly running out of oxygen, and there's nothing and no one that can come and get you out. So that was an interesting choice. Then, of course, Batista escapes, and badass girl holds up the head to stave off the king zombie, who now has a metal mask that keeps him from getting shot in the head with eye holes though, and a big open mouth like a cowl. If you've ever watched it, Full Metal, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, or if you read the manga, the beginning where oh my god, what was his name? The like terrorist guy. He has this weird like metal mask. It looks just like it. I didn't realize that till just now. It looks just like that guy's mask. Um, and Batista blows him away with a big rocket, misses him, but then he knocks off, and then he doesn't have the mask for like the final. Well, yeah, he doesn't have the mask from when he comes up to stop the helicopter, and the helicopter's gone, and then comes back up, and she's like, oh, I wouldn't have left you guys, all heroic. And she's like, all right, get the fuck in the helicopter. And he knows there's an army of zombies, army of the dead, coming up behind them. And they have this sweet moment where he's like staring at his daughter's eyes and they're about to get rescued by the helicopter. After going back and rescuing this woman that she came out here for, that, for lack of better words, was definitely disposable. Not disposable, but just like not in this world, not worth the effort. Like she was dead, written off. I have this moment, and then big dude comes out. He's pissed. I'm like, oh shit, now we gotta go. And he runs out of the helicopter and almost takes it out. Yeah, and then they're having a final fight in the helicopter. Batista and the zombie. Like, there's twice where they could have taken him out, and it would have been fine. When they left the first building, and then somehow he teleported to the next building to find them out. Guess they're next to each other. Batista eventually gets bit after him keep trying to move the gun to kill the zombie while they're fighting, and accidentally shoots the helicopter pilot. They escape the wall, and then the zombie breaks Bautista's arm, but they pulls out another pistol and shoots him in the head, and then his head explodes into blue glitter confetti, like a grunt in Halo if you find the right skull. Not a whole lot of explanation on that, except just a higher evolution of zombie. At one point, I swear, like I saw them shoot a zombie, and it looked like it was a robot. Like it looked like the skull was metal, and there was sparks coming out of it. So something was going on there. Maybe I missed it. God only knows. It's not a great review. Uh, I mean, it was just so much unnecessary death, so much unnecessary betrayals. That just put the whole thing in jeopardy. And like Batista's daughter, like, I'm going in for this one woman who volunteered to go on a mission and probably die and left two kids behind. It's like, man, that's on her. And like, you can't jeopardize your dad's whole ass mission where he's about to get a shit ton of money, because everything would have gone to plan if it just happened, right? I don't know. I guess we're not getting a sequel because Zombie Fetus is dead, and they nuked New Vegas, Las Vegas, they nuke Las Vegas. Oh, the final gripe: badass dude emerges from the vault, bags of cash from the center of the city, right? Walks away out of the city with the bags. Continues to walk, finds a car, drives car to some place, to an airport, a functional airport. Bribes the person at the counter with a shit ton of stacks of cash to let him rent this private jet. Gets on the private jet, gets comfy, gets dinner. Asks the stewardesses, the airline help, They join him in a cheers of champagne. Then he gets all weak, goes to the bathroom. You see he was bit and that he's infected. Every other time somebody got bit, like big or small, got bit, they turned within like 30 seconds, 40 seconds, a minute max. This guy looked like he had 12 hours plus under his belt after being bitten. Possibly by the big zombie who was turning people like immediately with his super zombie powers. Or are we led to believe that this guy was such a badass and got bit like through the shirt and now he's gonna be like half zombie? But he's on an airplane heading towards like real civilization, so we might be led to believe he's just gonna kick off another outbreak down there and take out like higher society. Wouldn't be so bad. But it was very odd. Like I remember, you watch closely to see who gets bit. Because there's always a secret bite in these movies, right? But usually you can kind of guess at this point, and this just feel like they just took away the guessing idea, and they just like, oh yeah, no, he got bit anyway. Fucking win. So that's Army of the Dead. It's it's a good zombie movie. I'll say that it with the intelligent zombies and the society and the tiger and the horses and the great scenes and the drama. Like Bautista just acted his ass off in this very odd movie. He really brought his chops. He was going for Oscar in this movie, and I think he could have gotten it. He definitely could have. Ish, I don't fucking know. But yeah, whenever it came to talk about his daughter, his dead loved one, oh my god, the one really good scene. Not one. There's plenty of good scenes, but the one big scene, like just I don't know. Someone on the crew just didn't like Batista or this character, and just thought, it would be great if we just continuously kicked them in the fucking nards, emotional nards. Because you flashback back to watch his wife turn, and him having to stab her and cry through it, which was emotional. But then, of course, while they're at the safe, and this woman he got to come with them, his like partner or whatever, in this game of merchants and mercenaries. She's like, I didn't come here for the money. I came here for you. He's like, baby, I thought I fucked that up. I thought I was always meant to be a rogue man. She goes, nah, I love you. He's like, I love you too. We're going to go make a great life together. I can't wait. And then the elevator door whips open, and one zombie just fucking leaps out, stands, grabs her by the head, and just 100%, 180 degrees right around to where she's staring at him. And the weird thing is, he turns the head, 1, 2, 3, and then these bones jut out like nothing else moves, and all of a sudden the bones jut out of her neck, and he drops her. It's like, we've seen these zombies like eat people. It was only the main zombie that just seemed to be like maiming people. So I guess these were like main zombie turners. So they're not totally invested in feasting and just maiming. But just take out the idea of happiness, just right around and then dropped on the ground with bones popping out. Like, damn. Damn. So that was an unexpected, I wouldn't say funny moment, but just, oh, okay, yeah, no one gets to be happy. That's fine too. Um, Sorry. Once I get a better laptop, I'll be editing out the yawns, most of them, unless they're plot important. Should you watch Army of the Dead? Yes. If you're a zombie fan, absolutely. For a Netflix movie, it's fun. It's good. I wouldn't mind watching it again. Uh, the effects were decent, even though sometimes the main zombie at the beginning, the CGI was real bad. I don't know why everybody. Well, I know why, but I was like, I wanted to say, I don't know why everybody's afraid of using real blood anymore. But CGI blood looks real bad. You got a satisfying death out of the sergeant army guy who betrayed everybody, getting mauled by the zombiger. And it was a pretty good drawn out maul scene. Like he was playing with him, slashed his face, and then you just saw like blood gushing out of his neck. It was a good death scene. Oh my god! And then the tiger just whole mouth over the head, just crushes it, chews it. It's like, all right, I'll take that too. Good, satisfying, evil death. Uh, even though like you watch him look and it's blood girding, it looks like the big puffy amateur gashes in his face. But no, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, which is always my favorite thing to do: is go into a movie and with very very low expectations. You can only go up from there. So, Army of the Dead, great shit. We'll be doing this all month. This is only number 13. And if you're keeping along with us, thank you. And I hope you're liking these reviews. Yeah, watching these movies throughout the month, it's keeping that spooky vibe. You get to catch up. Sometimes you watch a few in a day, sometimes you don't. And these rainy days help with that. But wow, this review got much longer than I thought, but fun time. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. For sure, guys. Appreciate you guys for being here, and we'll see you again. Stay spooky.